Good morning. Why good morning to those who are planning and looking to grow their businesses. We are here to help you. We are here to support you for all the things regarding CTI, right? Quickly forwarding, moving forward. All right. Our host for the day, me, who is Lakshya Maheshwari, Consultant Manager of Target Integration, where I am currently working in Target Integration since almost now 4 years. We have Prashant. Hi, Prashant. Hope you're keeping well.
Hi all. Yeah, doing well.
Thanks too.
Okay,
All right.
just a quick intro on me. I'm the VP of Products with Ozonetel. Okay, been with
Yeah.
Ozonetel and the CCAS business for about 12 years now. So yeah, thanks Lakshay. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
So what do you have this proceeding forward? Today's agenda. In today's agenda, we are gonna cover up the introduction to target integration, introduction to the Ozonetel team, what is CTI, key features of CTI integrations, benefits of CTI, TI role in CTI. And after all, last thing is we are gonna cover up the Q&A session where Prashant and me will be happiest person to answer all the queries regarding the telephony integration. Who we are. Target integration was established in 2008 with a mission. Every business should be able to leverage the full power of their business insights. We have the offices currently in Ireland, United Kingdom, India. We have 4 offices, which is in New Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, and Bangalore as well. United States, we are also covering up United States. We have the development center in Greece. Proceeding forward. What do we do? Target Integration is an ISO certified solution driven company leading the industry for almost 14 years now and many more to come up. We help businesses achieve their full potential by digitalizing their processes. Just want to add on, TI has already dealt with 4,379 customers till date and many more of course to come. And also TI has successfully implemented 6,000 projects. Moving forward, we are the partners with all the premium products, Odoo, G Suite, Zendesk, vTiger, Microsoft, WaveTech, Salesforce, and many more. Why you should choose Target Integration? We are a solution-focused company for sure, technology independent. We have the expertise in business processes. Yes, I would like to express my business knowledge towards all the different type of industries, for example, real estate, pharmaceutical companies, and altogether all the departments for all these particular companies as well. We have the business insights and analytics expertise. Moving forward, we have a multiple range of services. The very first one starts with the implementation. So every company, every software has their own different requirement, and accordingly yes, Target Integration can help you implement the requirement that you are acquiring, that you want to have from XYZ application of the software. Secondly, we also help you in the migration. Training is the most important aspect. When the particular implementation of that particular CRM has been implemented, we will be ready to help you and train you for the same. Customer software development, we are also into the consulting. We also help you to select your vendors. We also focus on mobile app development as well right nowadays. Proceeding forward, we have some more happy clients, which is Google, Blinkit, Zomato, Byju's, College Dunia, Tata 1mg, Sony, and many more. Passing to you, Prashant, quickly.
Hey, thanks Lakshay. So hi all, Prashant here. Ozonetel basically is a player in the cloud communication space. Just to give a brief intro on which company I represent. Okay. And one of the core offerings we have is a cloud-based contact center. That's where we partner with Target Integration for CRM integrations in the contact center space. Okay. Lakshay, can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. Yeah. And what do we offer in the CCAS space? I would say we We target mostly mid-market and enterprise clients. The range of features includes anything from just a voice or just the auto dialer piece to all features including digital channels. Okay, and our CCAS is already AI enabled, and when I say AI enabled, we do it in three or four places. One is in the voice and chatbot space. The second one is where we use the AI in our analytics, and the third major piece is where we are automating a lot of quality automations, workforce management solutions within the contact center domain. Okay. And in terms of who we are a company which has been in the market for some time. Overall, about 2,500 plus customers. And Lakshay, you can go to the next slide.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is a quick snapshot of us as a company. The largest contact center we have deployed is a 16,000 seater. The customer is HDFC Bank in India. Okay. So we run the entire contact center, whether it's inbound, outbound, or digital for HDFC Bank across India. Okay. Can you go to the next slide, please?
Done.
Yeah. These are some of our bigger clients, notable clients and brands which people recognize. Of course, we do have many brands, but these are some of the bigger ones. BFSI, e-commerce, and travel and real estate. These are four domains where we are very strong right now. Okay. And moving forward, coming to the purpose of this webinar, right? This is not more about a pitch of Ozonetel, but why do you want to integrate a CRM into your contact center, or how do you integrate it? What's the benefit for you? These are a few things we wanted to discuss. What you're seeing here on the slide is a full feature set of a contact center. Okay, irrespective of whether it's Ozonetel or any other contact center provider, these are the features which most of you might be using, and you might want these features if you are still on a traditional orthodox CCAS. CRM and ticketing integration is one big play. One reason being agent efficiencies, customer service, all of that gets impacted with whether you have a CRM integration or whether you don't have it. Of course, if you don't have a CRM integration, customer service goes for a toss. Your CSATs are pretty bad, and all that impacts your operations. Okay. You can go to the next slide,
right.
Lakshay. Yeah.
All right.
Just go to the next slide. Okay. And where all can we do the CRM integrations? These are some of the domains we operate in. So this could be one single business, and you could be probably using Ozonetel in just the marketing domain, or maybe you're using our auto dialers for your sales team, or you're just using inbound process for customer service, or maybe all three. Okay. But irrespective of this, you would still need a CRM integration in place. Okay. Because you want to know who the customer is, all kind of analytics on what profiles, what age groups you're targeting if you're a marketing department. If you're customer service, you would obviously want to know what are the tickets pending with the customer when the customer calls in or the chats with you guys. So obviously to do all of this, right, there are certain basic things you would need in a CRM integration. So what we try to do is we try to look at all our customer base who have CRM integrations, and we've listed down the top 3 or 4 things they always ask and they always execute. Okay. So the first biggest thing was a single sign-on. They always want a single window for the agent with one single login. Agent should not be logging into 2 different systems. It has to be one view, one window for the agent. That obviously brings a lot of efficiencies because agents usually spend at least a minute per call just switching windows in case you have 2 separate windows for the contact center and the CRM piece. Then calling customers. In the traditional days, you had to either copy paste or look at the number, then type it out on the dialer or on the phone to dial a customer. Now, of course, most of the systems have API integrations where you can just click and make the call. So this is like one of the basic integrations which has become a default now when somebody talks of a CTI integration. And usually, in terms of measure, if you are typing out a number by looking at a different screen, you're spending about 15-20 seconds a call. And if you're doing at least 100 calls a day, that means 2000 seconds. So just do the math. You will see you're at least spending an hour just on looking and typing numbers, which is pretty much hard work for the agent and very unproductive for the business as well. Screen pop is, of course, the king of the entire CTI integration, if I have to put it that way. Because when the customer calls in, obviously, customer service has to be good, irrespective of how the agent life cycle is. And the most frustrating thing for a customer, which comes out in all the surveys, is that they don't want to repeat information. Sir, what is your phone number? Sir, can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your account ID? These are things which they expect that you as a business know about them the moment they call in or they chat with you. So the screen pop actually is the key part of the integration, where you actually show the customer information to your agents or customer service reps, and they already know the customer has a pending ticket open, or this is a lead. The customer already inquired about a product, and obviously you expect that he's calling about it. So you can start or lead the conversation with that. That's where the screen pop becomes really really important. More importantly, from agent point of view, right? If you don't have this information and you start asking questions like, sir, what is your name? What is your address? And if the customer gets pissed off at that moment, you have an irate customer already. While CSATs have gone for a toss, the agent's day also goes pretty bad after that. So the call could have been much friendlier, much easier for both parties, agent and the customer. But if you don't have this, then it's a big issue. So CTI, I think, is the most common thing which every business would need and should have. If you don't have it, then yeah, please relook at does your CRM not allow this? Is your contact center not allowing this? We'll have to look at that. But this is one of the most important things. And with the screen pop, of course, did the customer chat with you? Did the customer call your business? What was the past interactions which happened, right? You won't have that info unless the call center system puts it back into the CRM system. So that's where the automated call and digital interaction logging comes in. So while we've mentioned here as call, I would say now the world has changed. It's all interactions, be it calls or any digital interaction like a web chat or a WhatsApp. All interactions are stored into the CRM, so that the next call, when the customer calls in, you already know the past calls, what he called for, and all that info. So I would say these are some of the key things. And what we've done is we've listed down some of the CRMs where Target and Ozonetel have worked together, and we have some ready-made connectors for the default integrations we listed here. So Lakshay, yeah, just can you explain which CRMs work well for Target, your expertise in one or two of the CRM systems?
All right. So specifically, if I actually talk about Zendesk, right, Lead Squad, Salesforce, all these are the very most compatible versions which can be easily integrated with Ozonetel.
Okay, great. So let's move on. Lakshay, I think we covered this slide pretty well. So while I've
Yep. Okay. Just quickly want to get up with the target integration role in CTI. Yes, I would like to mention that target integration has been involved in several successful CTI projects, specifically in different regions, in different specific department areas. For example, we have worked with the Jammu and Kashmir government regarding their ticketing management, and in regards with the real estate departments, we have also specifically worked in, and to cover up more often of an area that these projects have helped businesses to optimize with their full efficiency and effectiveness in order to improve their customer interactions. All these managements are to be taken care of for the customer interactions at their best level. Just quickly going on.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right. CTI implementation challenges that we both Ozonetel and target integration usually faces is, first thing, yes, you would strongly agree with me, the compatibility issues, right, Prashant? Data quality, yes, we both the teams totally focus on the data quality matters and issues, network infrastructure, integration complexity, and employee training. Yes, I would like to. Yep.
So just to add here, right? When we like, some of you might be thinking, data quality. Neither Ozonetel nor target integration has a play here. It's the business actually. But most of the times, this is one of the key components in CTI, because the first complaints usually when a client goes live is, hey, I'm not seeing the right info. I'm not getting the right info of the customer. I'm seeing something else. And usually what happens is there are duplicate contacts created with the same number but different names. So the CRM obviously gets confused on which information is to be popped up or shown in the CTI. So those are what we mean when we talk about data quality issues. And network infra, this is one of the key troubleshooting issues which comes up when a customer is onboarded, especially with the CRM and CCAS integration. One of the biggest reasons here is when we size the network infra, right? You would be looking at, hey, if I'm using WebRTC, what's the voice data packet? It's about 75 kbps. What's your application internet stream packets? It's about 75 kbps. Now the CRM also says about another 150 kbps. You budgeted about 300 kbps per agent just for the network infra. But your agents might be watching an academy videos on from your office. There could be video calls like this going on in the office. Okay, there's a lot of other reasons why network bandwidth is used. If you have not sized it and if you have not streamlined it such that your VoIP infra is separated out, okay, unless you have a private LAN just for VoIP, right, for voice traffic. Most of the times your voice fails, and sometimes the CTI also fails because the page doesn't load up at all. CRM page is timeout on the screen pop. The call has already come, but the CRM screen pop did not come through. These are some of the issues you would face in the network infrastructure. So while the terms look like they're not related to CTI, these are actually operational issues which you would face once you go live with the CTI implementation.
Definitely, yeah. All right. So how TI can help your business, and of course, Ozonetel team as well would be standing up with me, and we are on it. Like, we can help you with the compatibility issues. We are here to help you regarding the data quality matters. We are gonna serve you at the best level. Network infrastructure for sure. Integration complexity, we are gonna remove that integration complexity if there is any. For sure, fifth one, which is employee training. Everyone, once the CRM, once the IVR integration is being integrated, is being implemented, every salesperson, every employee of that particular company needs the training, needs the best efficient usage of that system to in order to use with its best efficiency as well. Prashant, would you like to add some point?
No, Lakshay, I think you covered it well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and we just wanted to showcase one or two of the case studies or use cases we have in two different streams, two different sectors as well. So real estate has been one of the bigger segments, like I said, where Ozonetel has some expertise, and also we integrate with Salesforce there for a large section of our clients. What we saw in real estate is most of the calls are actually what we call as sticky agent calls. There are relationship managers, and if the customer calls, the call has to always land onto the same agent. And if they don't pick up, it goes to his boss, and there is an escalation process of how the calls are handled. Okay. Now, in this entire thing, without having a CTI in place, the relationship manager doesn't know who is calling, or is this a premium customer? Maybe you bought a 20 crore flat in Mumbai, a premium site in Mumbai. Okay. Obviously, the way you deal with this customer is very, very different from somebody who is just starting off. Maybe he's just bought a 10 lakh rupee flat. So both customers are not the same, irrespective of saying that it's a democracy, everybody should be talked to in the same way. Businesses will not deal like that. You will deal based on value of the customer always, and that is possible only with a CRM integration being in place. The second use case we've seen in real estate is the bigger one actually is sales. Uh, no, we are still on the previous slide, Lakshay. Uh, Real estate one, yeah. So in real estate, there are projects where sales is happening, right? And customers call in with different inquiries, okay? And obviously, it's not just one call where the customer calls you and it's done, right? Customer would call you multiple times to understand the project status. They would call you again, asking for clarifications if they have doubts after a site visit, okay? And all this time, usually there is a salesperson who is involved, and again, it like the relationship manager concept, it's one dedicated salesperson who is talking to the customer always for the sale to happen, and that lead is assigned to this guy. Now whenever your lead is calling in, and we're talking real estate, so lead is at least 1 crore plus in the Indian market, okay? In dollar terms, you're talking of 150 to 200k at least, right? So when you're talking of leads of this size, obviously knowing the customer, who he is. In fact, we have certain implementations where the real estate agent gets to know what the customer tweeted recently as well. So they know the profile of the customer, they know their interests. So it helps you speak with the customer very intelligently, give out information based on the customer's profile. And that actually increased sales by a considerable percentage. So that was one of the larger case studies where CTA integration helped out some of our customers. And the other case study, which is on the next slide, that's basically for finance. I would say this is more sales than just a vertical as such. Okay, this is a sales process where agents were using Zoho as a CRM system. And the key integration here was not just the CTI, but the time a lead is filled to the time it enters Zoho to the time it's entered into Ozonetel's auto dialer and the time it takes to dial the customer. All of this was within a span of 2 minutes. So, and if you see a lot of sales magazines where they talk about time taken to convert when you get leads online, right? These integrations help convert the leads much faster. In fact, you would be the first business contacting that customer. So obviously, the time taken is less, so your chance of conversion is much higher. In fact, what we've seen is sales increased by about 20-30% the moment they shifted from click to calls to actually our auto dialer integration with Zoho. Okay. So agent efficiency, of course, like I said, 25-30% agent efficiency is definitely improved when you have a CTI integration in place. So yeah, these are two case studies we wanted to cover where there were real benefits which we could see in the CTI integration space. Okay, so I think that concludes the presentation as such. If there are any questions, let's take it up.
Yep. Just wanted to add on that yes, we have also worked with a financial services company where we have implemented and the software CRM and we have also integrated with the Ozonetel application as well, where we have tried to track the calls. The companies was able to identify trends in the customer inquiries, and moreover the agent performance they were easily able to locate out. So yes, definitely I would like to add on that it is the most useful feature for all the CRM holders, and if not using the CRM, that start to use the CRM, and after all, yes, we can directly integrate with the Ozonetel application as well. So which will eventually gonna lead to the improved decision making and better customer service as well.
Okay, so some of the questions in the chat. What are some of the security concerns associated with CTA and how can they be addressed? So the biggest concern actually is encryption, data encryption. So whenever you do CTI integration, right, there's customer information flowing through the integration. It needs to be encrypted if you're not on a native CRM integration. That's the biggest concern which comes up. The second biggest question which comes from IT teams usually is, are you storing data? So if I have a CTI integration with Salesforce, is Ozonetel as a CCaaS player storing customer data? So as of now, we don't do that at all. While it might improve customer experience, because then we can display to the agent customer info in a very different way. We are not storing any customer information to some of the systems do, but we don't do it at all. So to reduce that security concerns, all data stays in the CRM system completely, and whatever agent interacts is always on the CRM system, not on the Ozonetel. On the Ozonetel system, you're only interacting or using call controls to control the call, or maybe to answer, decline, and dispose the call. These are some of the things you would do. Okay. And I think the next question is related. We're asking about some of the ethical considerations associated with CTI. Biggest ethical consideration is whether you are storing customer data or not. Okay. So if a CCaaS player is storing customer data, then you will have to abide by all rules and regulations, which the CRM is also abiding by. Okay. So it's duplication of effort, but also, are you cross-sharing this customer data with anybody else? Are you reselling this data is a big question, right? So most of the bigger CRMs don't do that. Most of the bigger players like us, we also don't do that. That's one of the ethical considerations, because while it might result in short-term gains, customer data is customer data always. So the question there is, who owns the data, right? Customer owns the data. And when I say customer, it's the business. So it's not Ozonetel nor the CRM provider nor Target who would own the data.
Exactly.
That is the biggest ethical consideration we have to take into it. Now, there's one question on how can CTI be used to provide personalized customer experiences and support customer journeys across multiple touch points. So, Lakshay, you want to cover this, or should I answer it?
You can answer. I will join in.
Okay. So, when you're talking of personalized experiences, right, this could be a simple things like your voice bot says, "Hi, Prashant," at the time when your IVR is playing, instead of simply saying, "Hi, this is Ozonetel." Okay. Now that Prashant comes from the CTI integration or the CRM integration, where you fetch who that customer is based on the phone number or the email ID from which he's chatting or calling, right? And some of the things, like in one of the logistics firms, we did this. The moment you call in, we just play your order status. Okay, we say, "Hey Prashant, your orders. We see you have 3 orders. The order number is this. Status is this. Order number is this. Or status is this. Do you need anything else?" If he says yes, then we proceed to the actual IVR, because what we saw was 60% of the calls were just order status inquiries, because it's a logistics firm. So while it's a personalized experience, it actually is logical also, because the customer doesn't need anything else. He just wants to find out where his order is. Okay, most of the time. So these of course will improve the CSAT and of course NPS scores for the business. Okay, and of course there are various touch points like we discussed: marketing, sales, support, post support. You're again trying to get feedback from the customers, right? So based on the customer's feedback in his last interaction with the business, you can customize your call flow such that if his feedback was less than 2 or less than 3 on a rating of 5, then connect him directly to a manager instead of a regular agent. So these are customized flows which you can implement using a CRM integration and Ozonetel's routing. But yeah, I think these are the questions which are there. There are a few more. How can CTI be used to improve sales performance in a contact center? I think we've covered this during the webinar itself.
Yes, we have already covered.
Yeah. So how can businesses measure the ROI for their CTI implementation in 2023, and what metrics should they be tracking to evaluate impact of their bottom line? So key metrics, right? One of the bigger metrics to look at is, of course, how are your agent efficiencies? So if you have 100 agents right now, and they handle 10,000 calls, and you're at 80% efficiency, okay. With this, after a CTI integration, maybe you should be handling 15,000 calls, but with the same set of agents, and maybe at a occupancy rate of 90%. So your occupancy rate goes up by 10, but actually you're handling 50% more calls because of the agent efficiency you get in CTI integration. So that's one measure. The other way to measure is if your sales process, connecting back to the previous question, Your sales should improve after CTI. Your agent should be much more intelligent when talking to customers. So obviously sales percentages should go up. So lead to conversion ratios should change based on this. Okay. Then there is a question about some of the key trends and innovations currently shaping future of CTI. I would say CTI integration is not going to change. That will remain the same. But the trends right now is most of the people are trying to automate it. They don't want a physical agent. So the future is more humanoid, where you're actually talking to a bot, not even a person. And the bot is intelligent enough to answer 90% of your questions.
Totally agree.
So that would be the biggest change in trends in the near future.
Yep.
Somebody asked, will I get an e-certificate for this webinar? I don't think so. This is
No, I didn't think so as well.
Yeah, participation. What are some of the key considerations when selecting and implementing a CTI solution for a contact center? So, Lakshay, yeah.
Yep. Just quickly want to cover up that the very first consideration will be the compatibility between the CRM and the IVR. Let's suppose the Ozonetel, which is, I believe that that's the first one. Prashant.
So the biggest consideration there is scale, right? How much are you going to scale in next 3 years? Take a 3-year cycle. If your business is really new, I would say all you need to do is just go get a CRM which is free. Don't even pay for it. Just start there. Or even you can start with even an Excel sheet. Okay. But if you're already 3 years into business, let's say you're getting 1,000 leads a month, you obviously need a CRM which can scale. Okay. And then maybe go for some of the popular ones instead of just going for something which is not known at all. Yeah. So because then you are looking at scale, you need a CRM which will scale along with your leads. Okay.
Yes.
Then if you're talking of true enterprises, then the difference is security, compliance, regulations, everything matters. Where is your data stored? Is it one central store? Is the data stored in country, out of country? All these things will matter. So depending on the size of your business, the considerations will change. But I think these are some of the key parameters you look at.
True. All right. The next question stands over here is, how can CTI be used to analyze customer interactions and derive insights that can be used to improve business performance? Okay.
So one thing here is CTI improves customer experience. Business performance doesn't improve as such unless you are a sales team, like I said. Okay. If you're customer service, it's only CSATs which will improve. It is your NPS scores which will improve. What's the benefit for the business? Your agent efficiencies improve, so your cost per call goes down. Okay, cost per call or cost per interaction, that goes down. So these are some of the metrics you can track. Okay, and if you're looking at deriving insights, right? Usually insights are after the call, so it's not a CTI per se. That's more analytics post interaction. Okay.
I think the last question for now is, how can be CTI useful for my business, online and delivery stores?
So I don't know the nature of business, but if they're saying online and delivery stores, let's say you are an e-commerce company, right? Like my favorite use case is Big Basket, who is a customer. When I call Big Basket, they already know I'm calling in because one of the items is missing in delivery, because their CRM is tracking that. Okay. They would say, sir, if you're calling for this, we already refunded the amount and you can just use it from the valet. Okay. Now, there are certain use cases where I've ordered, they know the inventory is not available, they can't deliver it. So there is an automated outbound call which comes to me, and the agent gets the CTI pop-up along with the call, and he knows why the call was made to the customer. So they already know why they're calling in, and they usually interact with me pretty intelligently because the reason for the call is already known to the agent. These are 2 or 3 cases which I've seen. Okay.
Like, any other questions anyone do have? All right, Prashant, do you want to add any other point?
So I would say closing comments, in this day and world, CTI is a mandatory integration which is needed for anybody using it in their contact centers with the CRM.
Definitely, yeah.
So without that, then your business is not there yet. Even you're not even meeting the basic requirements of a good customer service department. So that I would say is the key thing to enable for any business.
True. Agreed. Totally agreed. All right. Shall we conclude, Prashant, finally?
Yeah, I think there are no other questions.
Yep.
Which are there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining Prashant and me. And I hope you find this webinar very informative as of now. If you have any questions, just please don't hesitate to reach out to us and Ozonetel team as well. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you.
Bye.